like it's the only way he knows how to play. And imagine if they give this man, the man they call Kareem the Dream Hunt, imagine if he gets a hold of starter type carries. Imagine. Here is the stat line. I'll put it right here. For Kareem Hunt, 10 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown, 8.6 a pop. Now, Nick Chubb looked good too. Nick Chubb looked good also. Chubb had 22 carries, which was nice to see if you're a Chubb owner. But remember what I told you before the game. Chubb would do well. Kareem Hunt would do well. Mixon could do well depending on the flow of game. I said one rushing unit would probably do well. The other could do poorly because they'd be playing from behind. And I thought the Browns might get ahead in this one and run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. I pretty much called it exactly how it happened. And what I said was, if Nick Chubb comes out with 100 yards and a touchdown, he came out with 124 and 2, you might want to sell high. And I'm pretty much sticking to that. I like Nick Chubb, I do. But I think now is the time to take advantage of getting out of a situation that you felt uneasy about coming out of week 1. And I believe that you're probably like me and you're thinking, this is cloud 9, man. And we don't know what's below once you drop off that cloud. Nick Chubb has a floor that probably isn't worth not selling high right here and now. Nick Chubb has an upside, no question about it, but the key here is that you can trade away Nick Chubb for a player with similar upside that Nick Chubb currently has right now, coming off his 124 and 2 outing. Example, the problem you're going to find is he's already played his week 2 game. Making a trade is going to be tough. You might have to wait until after the games are played before you start organizing and creating a trade package. And this could be good because a player like Jonathan Taylor could come out not having the biggest game ever, and now you can go after Jonathan Taylor. There will be disappointing big name players in week 2. Make no mistake about it. There will be more players in week 2 that don't deliver, and you'll have an opportunity to buy low. A guy like Galladay will be another game sat for his owner. Another game disappointing his owner. And he may be on the verge of returning. You could trade Mixon maybe for a Mike Thomas right now hurt. I don't think you could trade Mixon for Kareem Hunt straight up anymore. Kareem, the dream, is dropping loads on Thursday Night Football. And, imagine if Kareem gets 15, 18 totes a game if and when Nick Chubb goes down, and I firmly believe at some point he will get banged up. Call it a gut instinct. Call it what you want. Be mad at me all you want. But I do predict, without any statistical analysis or algorithm, and I know that drives you mad, I'm going off my gut instinct. Oh my God, Smitty's talking out of his arse. He's predicting Nick Chubb to get hurt. Well, you know what? I'm allowed to do that on my own show. And I'm pretty sure that Kareem Hunt is going to start games in 2020. Not a question of if he will. The question is how many games will this dude start in 2020. 65 eyeballs in the room. Please punch the thumbs up on your way in the door. Wipe your feet at the front door and take a roll punching the thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe. Let's break it down. Baker Mayfield, 219, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. He looked pretty good, but it was the Bengals. We knew this could be the revival game for 1 week at least for those Cleveland Brown players, for potentially the Cincinnati players. And we saw, and we'll see in a minute, what Tyler Boyd did I've got no faith in AJ Green staying healthy based on the way he played tonight, based on how hard and difficult it was for him to continue to hit the ground and get back up. He did not look healthy. He went down one time, and I thought he was going to be out for the game, I believe in the first quarter. And he came back, but he's reckless with his body. And I think there's a really, really good shot this guy gets hurt really quickly. If I had to put money on a player getting hurt fast, and I don't wish injury upon anybody, but it would be AJ Green dropping pretty soon. And that means Tyler Boyd could be flashing high-end wide receiver 2 value pretty early on in the season. Bengals really look decent tonight, 6 of 10. Mixon has consistent touches, unlike most running backs, Dylan says. I have Chubb, Mixon, and another league. Boyd, Mixon, been cold. Okay, Smitty, do I pivot to Anthony Miller or David Montgomery at the flex if Godwin doesn't play? I don't know what to tell you on that one. I don't like either option. I don't love David Montgomery. I don't like Anthony Miller a whole lot, but I guess Miller might be safer. David Montgomery has more risk, but a little bit more upside. Giovanni Bernard, a waste of a roster spot. Well, I know, Nitro, you're a Mixon owner by that comment. Or you're saying that to somebody else that's saying, should you pick up Giovanni Bernard? But I have a feeling you're defending Mixon, which I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You're allowed to have a little bias injected in. So if Nitro, you are a Mixon believer, what do you do? What do you do with Mixon? Like, honest question to a Mixon owner, if you are a Mixon owner. If you're not a Mixon owner, my fault. Let me find a Mixon owner in here. What do I do with Mixon? Let me find. There's got to be like 5 comments already about Mixon. What do I do with Mixon? I want to drop Mixon, says Jenkins. I don't blame you. I stay clear of that guy. There. Sorry about that. No, the mic didn't unmute. My bad. Okay. Nick Chubb, 22 carries, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Trade high, or sell high, sell high. What can you get for Nick Chubb? What I was saying was I can't wait till I get my studio, because how can I work in these conditions? I'm in the living room right now while the studio is being built. 12 days and 14 hours left, and I got to deal with this. I'm running a business here, okay? And I got the cat. As soon as I go live, I'm whispering because I don't want to get beat up by Miss Smitty. As soon as I go live, the moment I go live, I don't care if that cat's in a drug-induced coma. As soon as he hears me and he knows the tone of my voice, I'm out in the kitchen. Hey, can I get a soda, Miss Smitty? No, he's sleeping. But as soon as I go, welcome to the show, it's like he pops up, he runs out, and he has to just cry and scream. And he gets really upset when I go live. I don't know why. He gets really, really mad. I need to get in my studio. It's behind this wall. T-minus 12 days until the studio is complete. I cannot work in these conditions. I almost refuse, but I'm my own boss, so I have to come to work. Oh, man. Where's the music? Damn cat. Hines for Edelman. Edelman by a mile. No, don't go after it. You can get a better wide receiver. I'm sorry, Hines by a mile. Good Lord, what am I saying? Hines by a mile. You can get a way better wide receiver than Edelman. Mixon is about to blow up. JP, I know JP's joking. Blow up in a bad way. Mixon ain't top 5. That's correct. Oh, and thank you for the super chat, BL34. But since you super chatted, let me help you with a little bit of an idea here. Say Hines, you could go get Slayton. You could maybe go get McLaurin or Chark. McLaurin or Chark, bro. Go do it, BL. I'm pretty confident that wouldn't be the hardest trade to pull off. It'd be a little bit hard to pull off, but not impossible. McLaurin struggled. Chark struggled. You can maybe get like Jerry Jeudy. I'd rather get the other guys though first. You could maybe go after. I'm trying to think of like a Slayton type player that I loved that didn't do well. It's really Chark and McLaurin. So go after those two fools. Get one of them. You should be able to get one of them for Hines, or at least get someone to think about it. Nitro says, hey, Nitro, I can tell you're a Mixon owner. I haven't even found your other comments. But this is the problem, Nitro. This is a very, very unbiased statement by you. Bengals will not allow Mixon to be good. Now, Nitro, the difference between me saying Mixon's a bust and me saying I don't like Mixon talent-wise, there's a very big difference between the two. You never hear me say that now he wants in the room. Now he wants in the bedroom. He wants in the bedroom. He wants out here when I'm doing my live stream. He can't make up his mind. Bengals will not allow him to be good. I'm going to get killed. I'm going to get killed. Dobbins for Mostert. I take Mostert. Zach Taylor is canceled, says Nitro. Chubb was a stud. He was, Roger, but now is the time to sell high. Let's talk about this some more. So who do you sell Nick Chubb for? Toss out some ideas down below. Some of you are going to say you don't sell Nick Chubb. That's fine. You have every right to feel that way, and I don't blame you. But I want to know if those of you that feel like Chubb is maybe going to be the top sell high candidate for week 2 like I do heading into week 3, what players would you go after? Joe Mixon for a running back who plays. Joe Mixon, you're not going to be able to get anything for Joe Mixon via trade. No one's going to trade for the guy right now. Chubb for Eckler, I think you could get more. Because, I mean, it depends on what Eckler does here. This is the difficult part, though. Again, like I said at the top of the beginning of the show, you kind of have to wait until after the week's games. You could maybe get somebody to make a trade with you that doesn't go through until after, but then you're taking on the risk of that player getting hurt. So, more than likely, you're going to be waiting until after these games, finding out what players that you like struggled. Like, let's say Taylor doesn't go out because DeRozan, nobody is going to trade Jonathan Taylor for Mixon right now. Like, if you're to try to trade Mixon right now, no one's going to trade you Jonathan Taylor for him. Chubb for Taylor, you can get more than Taylor. Chubb can get you right now, in this moment in time, could get you Taylor and a, I don't know, Chark or more. So if you were going to get rid of Chubb, you want to get Taylor and a Chark. You would not just want to get a Taylor. Swift is worth picking up. Swift is worth trading on the low. Mike Thomas and like Jonathan Taylor would be interesting for a Chubb, like something like that. You might have to give up more, but I would go after Michael Thomas if you could get a really decent running back with him for Chubb. No question about it. I don't know that I'd trade Chubb for Mike Thomas if Mike Thomas is out, 2, 3, 4 more weeks. I think Chubb might be more valuable than that. Oh, where's that super chat? My bad. Ernie. Malcolm Brown, Monty Dobbins, and Jay Robinson. Flex. I'm going to go Hollywood Brown all day long, bro. If that's Malcolm Brown, I'm going to say Malcolm Brown's the safest, and J.K. Dobbins is the higher risk but more upside than Malcolm Brown. If it's Hollywood Brown, M. Brown, Marquise Brown, it's going to be a Marquise Brown all day. I started Hunt on 3 teams, one of them with Chubb. Attaboy. Attaboy. Sony, I started Hunt. Oh, I just read that one. Thought I clicked that. Mark Cleveland with the super chat. What's up, Mark? How do you like Hunt, baby? Smitty, Ayuk number 1 for the 49ers if he's back. We don't know what our Ayuk's going to do in the second game of the season, his first legit game of the year. No, I don't know. How many people we got in the room? 138. And how many thumbs up do we have? Wipe your feet at the front door, people. If I provide any value or entertainment to you at all, even if I don't, punch that thumbs up and help a brother out, because it makes the show. Let's see how many thumbs up. 47. We can do better than that. We have 134 watching. Please punch the thumbs up. Where's our Twitter people? Where's Twitter? Twitter, I want to hear from you. I'm going to throw a Twitter comment up as soon as I see the first Twitter comment. Rodgers or Watson? That's a close one, JP, and thank you for the super chat. I'd have to say at this moment, Rodgers. Rodgers. Smitty, I only got Clyde as my running back and Ingram running back 2. I want to trade Kittle. What do I do? Is this a rhyme? Master Yoda? You rhyming on me? Patrish, what? Salinas with the 50. Thank you, kind sir. Smitty, nice to see you, man. They're offering me Tyreek or Lockett for Eckler. Number 1, or Lockett. Okay, number 1. Thank you for the super chat. Patricio, thank you for the super chat. You were so kind. Number 2, Tyreek and Lockett aren't even on the same planet. So that's kind of like saying, hey, Eckler, somebody's offering me a $100 bill and a $1 bill. Not that Lockett's a $1 bill. Let's call him a 5 spot. Like, you take Tyreek and you run. Like, I love Eckler, bro, but Tyreek for Eckler right now is an absolute steal. Because there's a risk with Eckler. There's going to be risk, and Tyreek is like a top 12 lock in my opinion, as long as he's healthy. Now Lockett's like a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. So I mean, what you wanted to do here. I could edit this comment. Smitty, nice to see you, man. They're offering me Tyreek or Tyreek for Eckler. There you go. That's what you meant to send. I took Lockett out of the comment for you. Hope that's okay. And thank you for the super chat. I don't have any. I keep forgetting to put, the super chat music on my board. So I'm going to give you a take a lap for being such an amazing follower.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Thank you.
Take a lap.
Take a lap. I appreciate you. Kango. Thank you, Nick. Alan or Yan? What? What am I missing with Yan? Whose nickname's Yan? I'm gonna feel silly after this, aren't I? You don't know his nickname's Yan? You didn't know that's what we call Russell Wilson? Okay, back to Master Yoda. I only got Clyde as my running back and Ingram running back 2. Wait, hold on. Let me read this so that it rhymes. Smitty, I only got Clyde as my running back and Ingram as my running back 2. I want to trade Kittle. What do I do? Here we go. I only got Clyde as my running back and Ingram as my running back 2. I want to trade Kittle. What do I do? Well, let me tell you, little Master Yoda. Ingram ain't gonna buy. Let's see. Kittle. You could trade Kittle for. You could probably get an Eckler right now, bro. probably get an Eckler. You can't get Kareem Hunt anymore. You could probably get maybe get a Mostert because people are scared of Mostert. But I think the running backs like Eckler, Drake, potentially, you might have to give a tad more with Kittle. You could give Ingram and Kittle for... I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I want to see you do that for Drake, but you could get Drake and somebody. I get creative like that. Super chat from Derek. Derek. Hurting at running back. Thank you, Derek. Running backs are Cook and Eckler. You're not hurting. You just have had underperforming week 1 outings by these two big monsters that you got on your roster. Don't worry about that. You have Joshua Kelly protecting your Eckler pick. Don't worry about it. Your wide receiver crew is Hill, Emmanuel Sanders, John Brown. That's pretty understated. Calvin Ridley, Hawk at tight end, attaboy. Derek, I like your team, man. Who's your quarterback? If your quarterback is legit, I love your team. You just had a really slow week 1, and it's not anything to get worried about. Not anything to get worried about, Derek, but post your quarterback. I want to know who you have. But, I mean, I don't trade Cook. You won't get enough. I don't trade Eckler. He's a buy low, not a sell high. No one's going to give you anything for Eckler that's even remotely close to what you're deserving of. And you have Kelly. You're smart. Hill. You could sell Hill high if you wanted. But I like that roster. I think John Brown's undervalued. I think Calvin Ridley's a wide receiver 1. I'm liking it, bro. I'm not hating that team at all. Is Joe Mixon hurt? No, he's not hurt. This is what we knew he would do, to be honest with you. Mixon, what did I say? Defenses are going to stack the box. Defenses were going to make the rookie beat them. And the rookie so far is unable to beat teams. He's looking really good. He's maturing. He's getting better. But teams are like, make the rookie beat us. And that's what they're going to do all first half of the year. So if anybody thinks it's going to change, it won't. You know, Mixon will pop off a run and occasionally get, I don't want to mute my mic again by hitting it. I'm like, Mixon will eventually pop one off and have a good game. But you're not going to get anything for Mixon via trade. 150 in the room. Hit the thumbs up. How many likes do we have? Have we really not got another like since the last time I complained? 47 likes and we have 150 in the room. You have to be kidding me. Punch it, people. In all honesty, it does me a huge solid if you guys hit that thumbs up. Especially when you comment, thumbs up, subscribe. It's all very valuable to Senior Smitty. Miles Sanders or James Conner?
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Really?
Take a lap. Take a lap.
How about another one?
Take a lap.
Done out of love, not out of anger. But that's one of the hardest questions I've had to stomach all night. Lit. I don't even like Miles Sanders, but James Conner is potentially like out. And Miles Sanders is coming back. That one's one of the easiest calls I've had to make all night, and I don't even love Miles Sanders. Hope that helps you, though. Hope that helps you, and I hope you took a lap. Taking a lap never hurt nobody. Derek with another. BL with another. Carson with one, and JP with another. I can't even fit them on my screen. You guys are amazing. Scott Miller is top 10 if Godwin is out. Don't at me, says JP. You know, JP, that ain't the craziest take I've ever heard. I appreciate the super chat, and he's a good start, so I am okay with that. Thank you, Carson. Start Hines or Hollywood at flex. You super chatted, so I'm not going to make you take a lap, but I will say Hines could surprise and outscore Hollywood, but I'm not sitting Hollywood. I like Hines. I almost want him as your flex. Hollywood is your wide receiver 2. Thank you. I don't think I answered your question. Somebody else probably helped you. So let me look for your question. I feel bad. I'm going to drag it on screen. Carson, thank you for your super chat. And where is your question? Post it again if you don't mind, Petty, and I'll answer it for you. Thanks again, Carson, for the question. Dak and Brady are my QBs looking for running back 3. So you want to trade one of them. You can't start 2, I assume, Derek? Or do you start both of them? If you start both of them, dude, your team is fire. I mean, your team's still, solid. I think I missed a super chat. I think I dragged Derek's question on twice. BL, sorry about that. BL, here we go. Who do I start at running back 2, Hines or Melvin Gordon? At PB or Monty? What's that mean? Clarify that for me, BL. Running back 2, Melvin Gordon. I start Melvin Gordon. You're not crazy to go Hines. You could probably put Hines as the safer of all of them, but I don't trust Monty at all. I like Melvin more. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what PB meant either. DJ Moore and AJ Brown and DJ Chark or CeeDee Lamb, pick 2. AJ Brown's probably not playing, so DJ Chark and DJ Moore, bro. You got to wait on CD a little bit. Just a little bit. You start 1 QB. Look at Derek. Every response Derek gives me is a super chat. Like, Derek, what? Hey, let's test it out. Hey, Derek, what part of the country are you from? Derek replies only with super chats. What time is it there, Derek? Your team's fire, bro. You could, if I were you, I would start Brady and I would trade Dak, Derek. I'd try and figure out how to upgrade something because that's absolute fire. Kango says peanut butter. I don't know what that's about. Sam with the super. Did I miss anybody's super chat? Please let me know. Yell at me. Please rate my team. Lamar Jackson. Running backs are Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think you meant to put. You put C-H-E. Clyde Helaire Edwards. Jacobs. Oh, man, that's fire so far. Lamar, Clyde, and Jacobs. Walk this man to the digital bank. This is crazy. Cup, Chark, AJ Green, D-Jax. I mean, you clearly are in an auction league. You know how I know that? I'm pretty sure you were in an auction league. Based on the value. Maybe not. Maybe Cup and Chark were your next 2 picks. But, bro, that team is... Don't even worry about your wide receivers. Keep starting Cup. Keep starting Chark. And work on your running back 3 all year. Make it your focal point of either picking up a running back that can trade you into a better wide receiver or just pick up the next elite wide receiver. But, Sam, tell me who the top 10 wide receivers are available in your league. I want to know. Because we're going to try and get you that sneaky good wide receiver. I don't think it's going to be D-Jax. It's a matter of time before he gets hurt. I don't think it's going to be AJ Green. I don't think it's going to be Brandon Cooks. It could be Paris. That's a pretty decent. I put him in right now, to be honest, as your 3rd wide receiver. Gibson and Kelly could be your trade pieces to get you into the wide receiver you need. But, bro, that team is crazy cool. I like it. I like the trio, the tripod that you got going on. Start AJ Green. I'm sad. Started AJ Green. I'm sad. Sorry, James. I apologize. I wasn't there to help you stray you away from that. Although I probably would have said start him if you gave me like horrible options, because at least he had, some hope. But he does not look like the same guy. Punch the thumbs up if you could. It really helps me out. 163 thumbs up. Here I am complaining. My fault. I didn't refresh. You people are doing your job. I'll take a lap. It said 47. 182 in the facility, and 163 of you have wiped your feet like good boys and girls. I appreciate it. Will you do Chubb and Hunt for Andrews? Would you do Chubb for Hunt and Andrews? Chubb for Hunt and Andrews. No. Keep Chubb. I think you could get more for Chubb right now. I'd try and sell him. How's my team in Dynasty? JP, thank you for the super chat, young man. Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey. Hollywood, Jerry Jeudy, Harry Brady, Superflex. I mean, in a Dynasty league, you have Mahomes, McCaffrey, Hollywood, and Jeudy, and Brady. Like, you can not only win now, I would do my darndest to make sure this is a priority for me to stay on waivers and get the next big guy. Like, if James Robinson ended up being that guy, I don't think he will be. Or Snell. You know, like, your goal should be, JP, to sit at home and wait all day long, scour the waiver wire, all the news, and you be the guy to pick up that Benny Snell that becomes, you know, maybe becomes elite, and then you're gonna have an insane future. You need one piece though, I think, to balance it all out. Forgot Drake too. There you go. Way to go. You just won your league. Way to stay on top of the waiver wire, JP. And JP's doing the same thing, replying with the super chat. Drake on top of this, I love it. Maybe, because it's Dynasty and Drake's no spring chicken, you potentially keep on the lookout of how to turn Drake into, I don't know, a Jonathan Taylor like type. No one's going to do that, but look for it. Look for the opportunity to do that. All right, next question. Thank you for the super chats, JP. JP, you're the man. I got to run tonight. Pittsburgh is PB? Is that just how you that's just what you call it? Or am I missing that? Do people call Pittsburgh PB? I don't know. Sutton Hines for Hollywood. Without question. Without question, BL. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Matt with the super chat. I need to trade, but who would you start? I need two. A-Rob, Juju, Chark, and Ridley. That's a good and bad problem to have, Matt. That's like, I don't know. That's a tough spot to be in because you have literally Ridley's a wide receiver 1, so put him in there. Juju's a wide receiver 1 or high-end wide receiver 2. PB's peanut butter, says JP. That's how JP interpreted that. Thank you for the super chat. What do you start? Okay, so I'm going Ridley and Juju, but you have to get rid of A-Rob or Chark, or at least one of them. I mean, that is one. Get rid of both of them, or at least one of them, and try and find your way into an upgrade by doing a 2-for-1, because you have no business trying to make that decision each week. You're going to get it wrong. Like, even if you're making the right call, like, out of nowhere, A-Rob's going to be the number 1 wide receiver of the week. Then you put him in. Chark's going to go crazy. You're going to rotate that until your head explodes. But I love it. Good job. If I missed anybody's super chat, please let me know. Miles Sanders at flex, James? Absolutely. I don't even like Miles Sanders, but that's a fantastic flex. He's a great low-end running back, too. My problem with Sanders, it was people drafting him at 1.9. Same place people drafted Joe Mixon. And I just didn't like that at all. Rob Cab. Thank you for the super chat. Kind sir. Joshua Kelly for Swift. In Dynasty, I might do that. In redraft, I probably would, to be honest with you, rather have Kelly right now. But if you don't need this play at all right now, like you're thinking week 10, 11, 12, or an emergency only down the road, and you're never going to play this player, and I imagine you're not playing Kelly, then I probably would take a gamble on Swift, maybe. It's tough, though. I mean, you have Hunt, you have Moss, you have... The answer is right in front of my face. Drake, Zeke. I didn't get to the part of the question yet. My running backs are Drake, Zeke, Moss, Hunt. Look at Rob Cab already providing all the information he needed to in the question, and I'm asking him questions about it. It's a short question, too. Dear Smitty, please read the entire question before yelling at me, making me take a lap, giving me bad advice. My running backs are Drake, Zeke, Moss, Hunt. So you don't need Kelly. You also don't need Swift. This is tough, man. I don't trust Detroit. Keep Kelly. Kelly could at least, if something happened to Eckler, he'd be a beast. If Swift may never even get the full workload, and even if he does, who's to say it's going to be productive? I mean, I like Swift, but I don't trust him. Don't trust him. Daryl, thank you for the super chat. Standard super flex: Watson, Wilson, Taylor, Robinson, Snell, Latmurray, Thielen, Odell, Hollywood, Campbell, Cooks, Waller. Thoughts? Super flex. So Wilson and Watson, fantastic quarterbacks, bro. Taylor and I assume that's James Robinson and Snell. You're a little weak at running back, especially but waiting on Taylor to explode. But Taylor's about to explode. Snell could be very, very good for you. Robinson could be very good. You were on top of your waiver wire, Daryl, like a hawk, and that's what you needed to do with this team. Thielen's playing great, and I was wrong on him. I thought he was going to struggle more than he did in week one. He could still have an okay year or a good year and not have, a top 5 season, but he's looking great right now. Odell's looking better. Hollywood's a lock for me. Waller's fantastic. If I'm you, Daryl, I try selling high and just to see what you can get. Only high on Thielen and Odell. Just go poke around. See if you can upgrade James Washington and Thielen to one player. Even though you don't have a whole lot of depth, I still would rather start Campbell and some big name player versus having both Thielen and Robinson in my lineup. I get creative because your team is good, but you're one move away from being that potential, I think, contender. So I definitely would. Sam K, please answer my super chat. Thank you, Sam. Sorry. Where is your super chat, Sam? There it is. Sometimes I just need to be yelled at. Follow-up question. Free agent wide receivers. Gage, Corey Davis, Willie Snead, Keelan Cole, Mike Williams, James Washington, Chenault, N'Keal Harry, Fitzgerald, Curtis Samuel. Corey Davis isn't a bad option right now because I think A.J. Brown, unfortunately, it's the way it goes. I have people yelling at me like, Smitty, you told me A.J. Brown. I can't predict injury with players that don't have, the bone bruise. I can't predict bone bruises, bro. I kind of feel like Mike Williams is the safest out of all of these. Corey Davis is the most logical, but I don't really love him. And then Chenault's kind of crafty. So I kind of rank them like that. I don't know that I have an exact answer for you because you kind of got to decide what you're rolling with. Do you want a very high risk, high reward? Then I'm kind of thinking like Chenault could be that guy. If you want just steady Eddie, his name's not Eddie, it's Corey. But I go Corey, and then if you want just a guy that's pure talent over all of them, probably good opportunity to, but risky because he gets hurt or he, disappoints. Somehow, the stupid internet went out, and stream has been lowered. This might kick off again. Yeah, mine's frozen. You guys see me now? Noah says, rest in peace. We might have to call it